I got to give y'all another little story time. So, like I said, 7 months ago, I was working for the city back home in Columbia, Tennessee, and I was playing gigs on the weekend. Every chance I'd get, I'd write every chance I got, and I had a little bar gig this particular weekend, and nowhere in my hometown sells guitar strings because it's really small, and everybody just sells drugs, and that's pretty much it. Nobody sells guitar strings, but so I had to drive about 45 minutes to get elixirs, which is the kind of strings I like, and I brought this pretty girl with me, and I told her, I said, honey, I ain't gonna starve you. What do you want to eat? And you know, we're 45 minutes from home. I ain't gonna starve you. She said, I want sushi. I said, oh no. My stomach started turning. I like catching them, don't get me wrong, but I just don't like eating them fresh out of the water like that. You slap some batter and oil on them, then we're talking. But luckily, I was a gentleman that night, and we went to eat sushi, and when we got there, Mr. Chris Jansen was walking across the parking lot, held the door for us as we walked in. So I ended up introducing myself to him that night, and I walked up to his table and I said, hey, I'm a huge fan, let me start by saying, and I'm a songwriter and I work for the city back in Columbia, and it would mean the absolute world to me if you would listen to some of my music. And he just kind of looked at me for a split second, and his wife Kelly spoke up. She said, well, I'm his manager and I'm also a music publisher. Is that a receipt you have in your hand I could write my email down on? You could send me some songs. I said, yes, ma'am, it is. And he cut his eyes up at me and he said, did you just say yes, ma'am? And I said, yes, sir, I did. And he said, I like that. Pull up a chair. So we sat there at that sushi restaurant and talked for over an hour that night. And we became really good friends after that. And 2 weeks after that, he signed me to my very first publishing deal. All because we went to a sushi restaurant. Now, where I come from in Columbia, you get up, you go to work, and you come home every night. You work your 40, 50, sometimes 60-hour weeks if you have to, and that's the life you live. And publishing deals and record deals especially just don't happen for, it's just not something you see every day. And people back home kept telling me how lucky I was running into Chris that night. And I thought about it, and I said, yeah, I think some of it is luck, but I think even more of it's God. So when I got my publishing deal finalized, this is the very first song I ever wrote. The publishing company set me up with a couple of writers, and I walked in and I had this idea called Good Luck in God because people kept telling me how lucky I was, but I said it was God. And in the first verse of this, you'll hear, after 2 years of trying, she broke down crying because she's finally going to be a mom. I would like to point out that on the way down here to Tampa, I found out that I'm going to be an uncle to a little boy. So here's Good Luck in God. I really hope y'all like it.